Oh wait, no, wrong countdown. Sorry, guys, that's not for a few hours. Super excited for this one tonight. Obviously, we're doing it a little bit earlier because it is New Year's Eve. I know lots of people have lots of places to go, so hopefully we're catching you while you're just getting ready to go out. Getting your pre-drink started, your dinner, whatever. But yeah, this is actually something we've been trying to make happen for a little while with Catherine through this show and a different show. And anyway, I could ramble on forever. There's lots of things I want to get to, but I'll do that once the show is started. So see you guys in just a couple minutes. It's Friday night, so you know what that means. How's it going, Catherine?
Hey.
You got a bunch of crowd support going in the chat already. This is pretty wild. Happy holidays, all that fun stuff. How's everything been so far for you? How was Christmas?
Christmas was okay. Got to see some family, which was nice finally.
Yeah, and I'm just in the nick of time, I'm sure, because it seems like more and more restrictions are coming sooner than later. So,
also stuck at home sick now. So,
yeah, that also really sucks. Okay, so before we go any further, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell people a little bit about yourself, whatever you kind of want them to know.
My name's Catherine. I am Stellar Serpens. I also work for Billy at Mutation Creation.
This is great.
I don't know what else there is to know about me.
Okay, well, you know what? We can touch on everything else through questions and such. First thing I do want to say before we get into anything, guys, is there is a raffle going on right now. It is technically a Canada only raffle, but I mean, if you want to be really nice and you're in the States, you just want to like buy spots just because, you can do that too. But it's happening on at Mary _ Python _ his page. It's for a male pied 66% het lavender. All the proceeds from the raffle are going to Atypical, help them out with everything that's been going on. I'm sure I'll get into that a little bit more at some point tonight. But yeah, if you guys could get a couple spots on that, that'd be great. But the whole reason I'm bringing it up tonight is I'm actually going to give out 2 spots tonight. I will buy them myself and give them to the 2 people. So best question for Kat and just best overall comment. And Kat and I are both going to be picking which one of which. So that's just a little something for fun. Happy New Year's, all that fun stuff. So yeah, get at them. The chat's already been really great, so I think we're not going to have any problems there. Okay, well, jumping right into it then. Since you told us so much about yourself, how and when did you get into the hobby?
I got into the hobby 2 years ago, maybe 3 now. I've been breeding. This was my second year breeding, so I'm going into my 3rd year. I bought a ball python and then realized, hey, like I can do something with this, and it flourished.
Okay, so you got a ball python. Like how did you end up with that animal? Did you just one day you suddenly go, hey, I want a snake, and that's what you got? Or
so I was keeping other reptiles before that. I had a bearded dragon, a leopard gecko, and I think I got my axolotls before I got my snake, my first ball python. And then I was like, hey, you know what? Why not get a snake? Got a snake. Got it from Peter Williams, actually, my first snake.
Shout out to Peter Williams. That's awesome.
And it was a male.
I think that's everybody's first snake, though. I think everybody has to start with a male. I don't know why. Okay, so going right from that. Whoa, where did my questions go? There you go. Why? What's the reason you do this?
I love animals, and I picked up breeding so easily, and I find it so interesting, and it's so much fun. I don't know.
I think fun is the best answer, but there's so many reasons. There's so many reasons to love breeding ball pythons or any reptile. They're so fun, and they're also different. All right, guys. Also, like I shouldn't have to put this up. Where did it go? Oh my god, I ruined everything.
Always.
No, I really did. I deleted like 3 of my questions.
You haven't memorized them yet?
Oh no, I have. I just like having them on the screen as well. I accidentally deleted it. It's not even a question. It was my dropped questions in the chat pop up, and that's why I'm upset. It's not even a question. I can't even just ask it. It's just what I put up. So this is going great. As you can see, I was really prepared. Okay, so let's go into a bit more broader perspective. You said you had animals before you had snakes, all that kind of stuff. Like, what got you into keeping all of this in general? What made you realize that that's something you wanted?
I couldn't have a dog, and I feel like reptiles fill that void of one dog. That one furry friend that I couldn't have. Just reptile.
So all the snakes that you have that make up one dog?
No, but we're on a different level now.
Randy says I'm never prepared, but if you go back and watch the last Friday Night Live I did with him, you should have seen the list I had ready for him. I was fucking prepared for that one. Okay, so I found it. It just got moved. Okay, so let's jump right in then. What projects are you working on? What are you excited to be working with right now?
So I work with Clown, so that's my big one right now. And now I'm trying to do Clown Enhancer and Clown Ultramels. So we're away from visuals, but double hets this year, hopefully. And that's kind of basically my 3 recessive genes I'm working with.
So are you doing anything outside of those recessives, or is that basically all you're doing right now?
Like I have freeway stuff too. I also have highway. So working those into recessives as well.
And I mean, that's probably a pretty safe bet, especially right now. Oh my God. Pete is never not on the ball. I love this. Tell us about your latest spider projects. That's great. I don't know why that's funny. Are you doing anything with any spider? No, none?
No. So that male that I bought the first one, the first year I bred him, that was my first and last year doing spider. I was getting death threats on Kijiji. There's your drama.
I love those. They fuel me.
Don't they make you feel a little bad?
No, I love it so much. I love when misinformed people try to come at me. It makes me so happy. Okay, we got like a legit question from Randy. Your opinion on Enhancer versus Desert Ghost?
I think they came from the same place. They just look different because they're 2 different lines of the same thing. So if you like bright yellows, go for Enhancer. If you like dark blacks, go for DG. You do you.
I agree. And I prefer my blacks dark.
Or mix the 2. Best of both worlds.
Yeah, no, I'm just sitting on how bad that could have sounded if you just cut out what I said by itself. I mean, it's not bad, but it's like context, man. I gotta watch what I say. Holy fuck. Okay, so how many clutches are you expecting for this upcoming season?
If my male decides that he wants to breed, because that's my struggle at the moment, I'm looking at 10 plus. Most of my females are building right now.
That's awesome though. Like,
it's terrifying.
How many breeder females do you have? Like, ideally, if everything went, what would you have this year?
Like 15?
That's definitely not bad.
We'll see. One thing at a time. I also need space.
I get that. We're sitting around, I think, 80. And like, there's so many that are so all over the place in terms of like where they're at, but it's such an early season for us. And I don't know if that's just because we have so many more females ready this year than we're used to. But yeah, I already have 2 clutches in the incubator. I have another one coming in the next like 15 days. I have another one, the Pastel Hypo G Stripe just ovulated. Then I have another one about to ovulate. Oh, it's going to be nonstop. Like from now until like end of the summer, I feel like it's just going to keep going for us this year.
I feel like I'm going to have another late season.
I was expecting that too, based on my first round of ultrasounds from like end of October. But I missed a couple girls, and those are the girls that ended up laying for me this year, like just these past few days. And yeah, all of a sudden, a bunch of stuff's building really quick, and I'm not going to complain. Having an early year would be fantastic.
Hey, we have a girl together that might be able to go at the end of this year. That's included in that number.
Okay, that's very fair. I didn't even include her in mine because I have a few females out in the world. That sounds bad. Yeah, I'm not even correcting that, but it sounds bad. I'm aware. Oh, what's going on, man? Whoa. Sorry, guys. Breaking everything. There we go. Okay, so you have a very... Oh, there's a question for a second from now. You have a very unique business name. A lot of people, just put exotics at the end of their name or use, whatever. But yours is not. Yours is very, very unique. I can't think of a better word than that. Where'd that come from?
When I was thinking of creating a business name, I wanted something that was different. And at the time when I searched for people with that business name, I could not find it. And then people came out of the woodworks with similar names. Serpens means snake, and it's actually a constellation. So stellar, stars, serpens. And for anybody who doesn't know, I also work with plants. And I just found out that there's different types of plants called serpens. So there might be a rebrand in my future.
Oh, Pete, the best. That's great. Okay, so we had a real question sitting there from Excite Ball Pythons. How is your Ultramel project running?
How?
I assume how's it going? How are?
I have one breeder male and one breeder female. All of my stuff is mostly growing up. Austin took my male and he's breeding it to some of his stuff to make double hets and just het stuff that we can hold back and use. So there's that. I'm deciding to put, he's a Cypress Ultramel, so I think I'm putting him to my Pastel Enhancer female because she's building, so I thought that would be cool. Interesting.
I would love to see that combo.
And I might put him to my Highway instead of my Freeway. Not sure yet.
Okay, here's a question. Are you yourself worried about working with both asphalt and gravel down the road? Like having them both in the, because having asphalt and yellow belly kicking around within the same projects is already iffy enough, but then having gravel as well, like, does that concern you at all?
Here, I also work with, I might have Spectre in my collection too.
I mean, Spectre is a little easier to ID than the other three from one another.
It depends on what it is. Most of the time you can tell the difference between a highway and a freeway.
Yes, but can you tell the difference between a gravel and an asphalt, or a gravel and a yellow belly, or an asphalt?
No, but I'd always keep them separate unless I was purposely putting them together.
So you basically, just because you're going to sort of put them into different projects, you don't have any actual concerns about working with both?
I'm eventually going to get rid of the highway, but...
Yeah, that's very fair.
I want to see what I can do with it first.
What's your dream morph or combo?
Ooh, I don't know. These are questions that give me anxiety, and then I don't know how to answer them. Was that sour?
No, you've never thought about this? Like
no.
Your absolute dream animal?
Because it's constantly changing. Every time somebody puts something out, you're like, okay, how can I make this better?
It's funny because I actually decided my newest dream animal, I think yesterday when I was talking to Nicole. And I decided that in the next 5 years, I need to make a Stranger Confusion Clown Pied. I have the ingredients to do it already.
How far out are you?
Well, as long as my Confusion proves het pied, I can put him to one of my Clown het pieds and immediately have Confusion pied het clowns. And then my Stranger boy's already het clown. So he'll go to probably a couple double het clown pieds. I don't have any pied het clowns ready yet. But, close enough.
You'll get there.
Close enough. People are going crazy over your Cypress Ultramel. More Cypress Ultramel love. This is a great question. I should have thought to ask you this myself.
Yes, I keep hogs and Mexican blacks. / one of my I have two. One of them's Chris's.
Yeah, so the girl I posted, what was it, yesterday?
You posted both of them, actually.
Oh, whatever. That girls then, I guess. I didn't even realize. All right, they're both at Kat's place. We're taking a lot longer to have the snake room be ready than we thought. So yeah, they're just gonna live there for the time being until she kicks ours out, whichever one that is, which we still don't know.
Yeah, they're literally exactly the same. I would never be able to tell the difference.
Here's a question for you. Was there a specific morph that made you want to breed?
No, because I knew nothing about morphs when I first started wanting to breed. I basically was just like, oh, this could be fun, and like I could make a little side cash and whatever. But yeah, no. I actually hated clown when I started. And that's how I met Tyler, who introduced me to Billy. Was I sold Tyler my clown project. I had one female, I had a pair, and he bought the female. So I sold all my clown shit, even though it was only 2 things at the time. And now I'm heavily into clown.
It's actually really funny how that works, because when I first got back into it, I was like, fuck Pied. Fuck it.
I still don't own a Pied.
And I didn't want to, but then Nick really liked it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have my clown stuff. Nick can have his Pied stuff. And then I just came to fucking love it. Hatching them makes it really hard to not love them, though.
They're so pretty. I'll
really
get into it one day, but I don't have space for it right now.
I wish I had the wherewithal to tell myself no, but like I tried to figure out how many like individual projects we had going on, and I literally couldn't. I kept forgetting like different things. It's too bad. Like they're not too bad. It's bad. This is what I meant to say. Okay, so I just gotta go change. Oh God, I mean, I only have a wife beater on underneath, but I kind of want to just rock that instead after this comment. Fuck, I bet that's Tom. Okay. And also, guys, I mean, does nobody want these free spots in the raffle? Like, come on, questions, like, more. Here we go. Whoa, this is not working very well today. What was your first big disappointment or letdown?
So when I started breeding, I actually had a partner, and we were supposed to keep the snakes at his house, and then I would buy, like, we were going to split everything. I was going to help him clean, whatnot. He ended up ghosting me with all the animals, never paid me any money, and I had to learn how to trust people again after that. I had to basically break into his house and take everything. I think that was my first letdown. Didn't even start, but...
Sorry, I'm smiling at the comments. Apparently that was Casey, so now I feel bad because I just was doing that because I was trying to give Tom shit. Just saw something great. Oh, you already did answer this, but since somebody asked, I'll put it up. You kept snakes before you started working with Billy, yes?
Correct.
I imagine to take on a job like that, it would be pretty tough to not have like kept snakes before that. Like to have zero idea what you're walking into, that would be a lot. Like just the work itself, I mean.
Even having animals, walking into that was a lot. And I was taking care of like a third of what I take care of now.
That's great. I love this question. What would be one huge piece of advice for a new breeder you wish someone would have told you?
Don't be afraid to ask people questions. A lot of the time, people will give you their time as long as you're respectful. When I got into it, I was scared to talk to anybody. And it wasn't until I started meeting people that I realized it was okay. You have a whole Discord for it.
It's actually really funny too, because when I tell people to join the Discord, a lot of times they're just like, "Oh, I have nothing to add." Like, that's kind of the point. If you think you have nothing to add, that means you have lots of questions to ask. Join the Discord. Real simple, and it's pretty damn fun. Oh, that's a good question. Dylan, what was the biggest lesson you learned in this hobby and in life? And in life. He is going deep here.
Let's start with what. In the hobby, my biggest lesson I've learned is things happen, and it may be the shittiest feeling, but sometimes it's life. You might lose a whole clutch, you might lose some animals, something might get sick, shit happens, and you can't take it personally. And in life is get a therapist.
This is really funny because I don't think people have any idea about this.
So basically, when I started working, I wasn't working weekends, and Chris was working weekends. And then we moved. So me and Chris worked together maybe 2-3 times, but it was just because you came to help. It wasn't even on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
The first time me and Chris met, he ignored me. He wanted nothing to do with me.
To be fair, guys, that's just my first time meeting most people. So it had nothing to do with Catherine being Catherine.
And then the second time you were like open to talking.
Yeah, then, I also had no fucking clue who you were the first time I was around you, so...
You're just like this bitch. Okay, sure.
Maybe. That is very possibly what I was thinking. Who knows?
Knowing you.
That's true. Oh my god.
It's actually non-alcoholic wine because I can't drink. And not because of my age.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. I know who this is now. This is perfect. So I was actually this is something I actually asked to be brought up because this is something that I didn't realize a lot of people aren't super aware of. Oh, now you're getting hit on. I'm just kidding.
Well, I did my makeup. I usually look like I'm half dead in videos, so thanks.
Well, there you go. I guess. Okay, so I really wanted to briefly touch on complexes because I don't think a lot of people realize how many there really are out there. But before that, Kayla has a question. What was the very first reptile you owned? And how did you get into it?
It was a Cresty. I had it for 7 years before I got my Beardy, which spiraled into everything else. But it was a Cresty. Again, couldn't have anything with fur, so got a reptile.
So, I'm sorry, I just put this back up so I don't forget about it. Okay, so crested geckos are freaking awesome, by the way. I bred crested geckos for like, I don't know, like 8 years. Yeah, it got bad. There were so many. When they start breeding, they just really go for it. Those are good memories. Okay, so complexes. I want to talk about this, but also this is your interview. So when somebody brings up complexes and ball pythons, what's the first one that comes to mind for you?
Bell.
Same. Okay, so really funny. That's actually what inspired the whole conversation, right? So for people that aren't aware, the bell complex is anything that will make a bell. Your butters, your Lesters, your Mojaves, stuff like that. But it also includes anything that when combined with like Mojave makes your, say, Mystic Potions, your Purple Passions, all that kind of stuff. So there's, oh my God, I'm going to screw this up. Or no, I won't screw it up, but I'm going to miss a bunch. There's Special, there's Phantom, there's Mystic, there's Russo, there's Honey. Somebody's got to correct me on that because I can't remember if I'm...
Actually, I think you're right with that one.
I think I am too. But there's one more big one that I feel like I'm missing. But anyway.
There's too many.
So the reason I want to talk about this is because when newer breeders get into the hobby, something that I don't realize isn't often well explained to them is if they pick up that amazing mystic potion that they saw and it's their favorite animal they've ever seen in their whole life and they buy that, a lot of times before they pick that animal up, it's not explained to them that that mystic potion cannot make them another mystic potion. It will make them mystics and it will make them Mojaves. But though the allelic reaction between the animals, I feel isn't explained to new people. And oftentimes they find out that their animal can't remake itself by someone giving them some bad news. And essentially saying like, shit, sorry, your Enchi cinnamon isn't going to make you another Enchi cinnamon. Right? I do not. Bamboo! God! I knew there was a big one.
We both missed that one. Thanks, Tyler.
Oh, no, I know. Two people just smashing it. Oh, yeah, thanks, Tyler. And Jeff. Mocha, too? I don't know about Mocha. Possibly, though. I actually don't think I know anything about Mocha. But yeah, so the reason that I was talking about this is because I was trying to explain like how a mystic potion would work when breeding, when compared to say breeding just a Mojave or just a mystic, right? And the person, well, they're in the chat. The person that's listed as Betty was like, "Oh, so similar to how Freeway works," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like the fact that I hadn't thought to
explain it like that.
Exactly. Oh my god! And I was like, man, if people realize that all these complexes behaved exactly the same, all you then have to do is learn what is in each complex, right? So there's another one that somebody was talking about a second ago. It's the whole the spider hinging woma, champagne, spot nose, all that kind of crap with blackhead and all that. That one is complicated.
Because some of them you can put together and some of them you can't.
And then some of them people disagree you can or can't put together. Like I've seen people say spider spot nose is fatal, but I've also seen multiple exist. So one's a really tough one. You have to be very careful.
And even super spot nose, a lot of people are against it, but there are ones that have
to love them at the same time. Yeah, it's crazy. But
Cypress is also in that complex, and that's literally by male.
Yeah, Cypress, and that's the other thing. But the funny thing about those is like the genes are either dramatically hated or beloved.
Or loved.
Like Cypress, people fucking love Cypress. Blackhead, people fucking love Blackhead.
Even
you tell somebody something about champagne, and you'll probably hear a negative comment before a positive one.
I love champagne. Just throwing that out there.
I said probably, okay? Probably. But I just find that funny. But then your last main one, besides the what would you call that? Like the super stripe complex? I guess that would be the first big one.
It's the yellow belly complex.
Yeah, basically. So that's your asphalts, your gravels, your yellow bellies, your specters, spark. I should have made lists.
There's so many that sometimes you can even make a list and you'll forget.
But I knew that this question was coming, and I could have like even just put it in my phone real quick, like something. But outside of that one, the other main one is the 8-ball complex, which is your black pastels, cinnamons, heterorhizanthics, Enchi, which still blows my fucking mind because Enchi was around with cinnamon and black pastel back like 15 years ago.
And I honestly forget that they're allelic constantly.
Did you see what I posted in the Discord yesterday? The picture that Garrick had listed on his, or posted on his Instagram.
Yes.
A lot of people still can't, like, it's so new. It's so weird because people have the idea ingrained in their head that it's not still. You know what I mean? Like, even though logically we now know it is, it's like you don't think about it instinctually. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, yeah, so that one's weird. And then I don't even, what are some of the other ones in the 8-ball complex? You know what? I don't actually know.
You know what we also forgot?
Yeah.
Special. In the
I said special.
Did you?
Special
I
was the
didn't hear you say
first
it.
thing I said after Phantom and Mystic.
Good on you.
The only reason I thought to say special is because I actually paired my special double hat Hypo Monsoon mail today to our Inchy Yellow Belly.
Highlight what Tyler said.
Oh,
But you have to chug a beer first.
I don't have any beers. I only have spiked teas.
Okay.
Not even iced teas, like actual tea, like uncarbonated tea.
Chug it and then answer that. Just for fun.
I already said HRA.
Don't be like that.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that. Oh, chocolate's another one that's in that complex. Another one that people either you love it or you hate it. Okay, so fuck. I don't like this. Okay, so it's like taking no, this actually works great. I can use an analogy from earlier. So your freeway is your yellow belly and your asphalt. You combine those two together and they make a freeway. That freeway will make yellow bellies or asphalts. Can't be both, but you also can't make neither, right? 2 yellow bellies make an ivory, 2 asphalts make a super asphalt. Clown and Cryptic is the same way. You put a clown and a Cryptic together and they make kryptons. That krypton will make either het clowns or het cryptics. It can't make both. It can't remake the krypton, but it also can't make neither. So every baby would have to be krypton or cryptic, right? And obviously you put 2 clowns together, you get clowns, but then you put 2 cryptics together and you make visual cryptics. Very, very similar. The only problem is one's making hats and the other is making the single gene. It's an incomplete dominant, but technically it actually works the exact same genetically. That was too complicated, I think. Anyway.
You're still getting torn apart in the chat. It's fine.
That's fine. I mean, saying Candino doesn't work very well if somebody doesn't know what that means. And also, like, I'd probably go like Toffino over Candino because Toffino would probably be more well-known. I'm just all over Everglades. I am so sorry. Okay, so this is actually a good question. I like this. Okay, so Krypton to Cryptic will make Kryptons and Cryptics. You'll make more. No, you won't. Wait. Yes, you will. You make more Cryptics than you'd make Kryptons, right?
Can somebody make that like a GIF?
No.
Or like a meme?
No. Anyway, so you have your Cryptic that has 2 Cryptic genes, and then you have your Krypton, which is 1 clown, 1 Cryptic gene. You put them together, and I think, 25% of your clutch should be Kryptons, which is the clown and the Cryptic gene together, and the other 75% will be 100% Cryptics. Here's a good question.
I saw that and I was trying to think about it before you pulled it up.
It's definitely Billy, right?
So the thing is, working for Billy, is you forget that there are people you look up to because, like, people look up to Billy, right? And then I just don't, like, he's my boss. So yes, I look up to him.
You end up seeing Billy as a boss very quickly instead of as like, oh my god, that's mutation creation. You're like, oh, it's Billy.
But then you also realize other people are just people. Because people come up to me and freak out, and I'm just like, but we're people.
Yeah. Now, I will say, Dave Kaufman, I love that guy. I've met him multiple times, and I'll never stop loving him. He's great. Even if he thought I was like I can't remember what he called me, like a coffee boy or something. I'll have to get Brian Cusco back on to explain that story again because it was great. But yeah, no, the first time he ever came to Billy's, he thought it was like an errand boy.
Okay, see, I joined Team MC after all the fun and of meeting people, so I haven't been able to do that yet.
Oh, most of your working for Billy's been like through like the COVID times, hasn't it?
The whole thing. I started July of 2020.
Oh wow, yeah. So you've not experienced the outside of COVID working for Billy, where it's like nonstop people all the time. Yeah, no, that there were some good days we worked there where it was just like, you know, people we'd never meet or maybe never meet again, just happening to be like stopping in at Billy's because they were in Toronto.
Yeah,
You know
no.
what I mean? It was
It'll
great.
be exciting when things like that can happen again.
It'll be exciting when we can do the CRBE again. There's so many people that I know now, but I don't actually know, like that I didn't back then. Like so many people I've met online and stuff like that.
The first expo was fun because a lot of people
It
came out
was.
for that. But female herpers, specifically Corey Martin, comes to mind.
You say Corey Martin? Oh, I just texted her a little while ago. I hadn't talked to her in a while, and I was like, "Hello, Corey Martin."
I've never actually talked to her, but
oh my god, you
seems
should.
kinda
Corey
epic.
is like me and Corey started talking because I just randomly reached out to her one day when I saw her make a post on. I can't even remember what group it was on, but she just made a post like when she first started breeding about a bad like breeding experience. And I just messaged her being like, "Yo, sorry, dude. Like that sucks." Then we just became like super good friends. She's just a super cool person. You just need to talk to her. Just message her and be like, "Hey, you." See what happens.
And I did kind of fangirl when I talked to Brian Cusco for the first time.
Me too. I fangirl every time I talk to Brian Cusco. It's fine.
I dropped out of his Discord and I felt really bad about it.
Okay, here's a good question from Randy. He did correct how he spelled your name right after this, just so.
Oh, good. It's not with a K at the front, so I can ignore it.
What gene would you want to be known for? That's a good question.
I feel like I'd want to find my own gene or like make a really cool combo that doesn't exist yet. I don't want to like be known for a gene that already exists because somebody else is already known for it.
See, I almost think though that it's almost a bigger compliment to take that title from someone else.
Okay, I'm not that kind of person.
But you don't do it on purpose. Like, it's not like you're just like, haha, I've stolen this. But like, if someone is known for a gene, I feel like if you're the person that then, like, if someone were to overtake, imagine somebody were to overtake Aussie Boyds when somebody says Orange Dream.
Like, you can't.
The compliment but that's what I'm saying. The compliment that would be to that person would be so huge in and of itself.
You're right.
That, like, at that point, you'd just be like, what gene I found? I don't fucking care. Like, it's, yeah, I've never actually thought about that before. And again, not that you would want to, but.
I can't even imagine it.
Oh, fuck. Antoine's in the house. What's up, buddy? Wait a minute. I really hope this isn't referring to me. This right here. I don't actually know what that means. Super Scale Exotics. How are you two doing? How are you doing?
We're good. I'm good. You're good?
I mean, apparently you just said I was good. So I'll just let you answer for me. That's fine.
You look good.
Thanks. Well, I guess I'm good. See, I didn't even know this. That's kind of funny. You know what? I need to talk to Marshall. Him and I have never had like a full length conversation. I really should.
I want to get into lace. That's one gene.
Me too.
Okay, do you want to split? I can't afford these things. You want to go in with me?
You think I can afford anything? I can't even afford to order dinner after I'm done on here. Like, fuck. No, but this year we do plan on getting something lace. And if that's the case, then I'm sure we can figure out a situation once import opens back up, because I need lace so bad.
Because even if we can get like a deal on a couple of animals.
That's what I mean. Yeah, if you want to go in on something, I'd have no problem with that, because That's one of those genes that I keep saying I'll get into, and now it's too far, and I can't.
We'll talk to Marshall, and even DD Exotics has a bunch of nice stuff. We can also talk to Will.
I'd like to get a lace yellow belly.
It has to have yellow belly.
I like a lace yellow belly.
And it has to be at least het clown.
See that? Now you're talking a little too pricey for me. Lace yellow belly I can do a lot without any hats. However, I mean, spending that extra money would definitely make that worth it. All right. Apparently, if you're working with like lace stuff, just like DM me. Apparently, I guess I'm buying. Fucking rent, dude. I tried to leave for dinner for 2 hours. 2 hours. Oh my god. Lace is lovely.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, this is funny because I feel this way about everything. I feel like I do this.
An Enchi lace clown. Oh, I see the cat. See,
I forgot to warn everybody. I have 2 cats in heat right now because I'm not able to get them fixed yet. So have fun with that. That's one of them. This is great. Enchi Lace Clown sounds amazing. Little out of our price, or well, our price range. I meant me and Nick. I don't know.
I mean, if we get it in the mail and split the mail, huh?
But I'm more thinking, why don't I just make a crazy stranger combo, find somebody that really wants that, and then just trade them for something crazy lace?
Okay, you come in with the big guns.
I mean, we could just put our Paso Calico to a stranger, make crazy stranger calico clowns, and then trade that for a crazy lace thing. You know,
if she eats, she's a bit of a.
Paul is pissing me off by. Oh yes. I love how that works. That's great. No, this is funny because that mail is coming from us, and that's not nice. Yeah, so Paul bought one of our Piedhead DG mails, the only one we released. And of course, it's the only one eating weens. Like his, as soon as he bought it, his was like, fuck this. I'm going to be like 600 grams by the time I go to the States. And the other ones are still like, nah, fuzzies. So, okay, you're done. I don't know if it was picking up on the microphone, but it was picking up in my fucking ear.
No, we could hear her.
Oh my god. Maybe it was. I can't help it. They're fucking everywhere. It's like an infestation.
We should do this again, and I'll come there, and then I can like pet the cats.
That would be really funny, but we have to like put like angle you somewhere so it doesn't look like you're here. Also, the place is too small. I feel like it's gonna pick up audio-wise everywhere.
We'll make it work.
But I like throw a cat away, and like 2 minutes later, you're just petting it.
Shut just like in the corner with Peach. Peach is my favorite, if anybody was wondering.
Peach is over there. I can see her. Okay. Got a question for you now. Do you have a favorite ball python in your collection?
Like I have a couple of favorites, like looks wise, or like ones I would never sell.
Both. Give me your favorite aesthetically and your favorite
like attitude wise.
Sentimentally.
So sentimentally, it would be my first ball python. Somebody actually asked what he was. He's spider, lesser, fire. So nothing I'd really want to breed, but I could like lay down with him in bed and he'll just like chill, and it's super sweet. Or I'll walk around the house with him and he just chills on me. So sentimentally, that. To look at. So I just got some Ultramel stuff in from Bob Vu. And I think I got a GHI Ultramel. And I think that's kind of like my favorite right now.
That's sick. Oh, that's a really hard question. So if I'm answering the same way, sentimentally, it's a tie. Because I had a memory come up today. And I posted this last year about like things I'm thankful for from 2020. And it was a story about how I saved an animal's life. And the egg wasn't absorbing yolk. It was like right at the end of last year. But I've done that twice, and I still have both animals. Both animals came out at like 20 something grams, like barely moving. Like the one was worse than the other one because she was like a week premature and still made it. But so I have a motley yellow belly het clown female, and I have a I believe she's a pastel lesser leopard orange dream het clown female. And both of them I saved from like boo bags with yolk that was hardened and all that kind of stuff. So neither of them are ever going anywhere. They're both here forever. And they're both females, of course, too, which is amazing. But aesthetically, ooh, that's tough. The black pastel yellow belly lavender het pied we just made, I think is one of the coolest animals I've personally seen in person. The blackhead Mojave leopard pied we got from Nicole. She's like 1,400 grams now and still one of the most amazing snakes I've ever seen. If I had to guess, though, aesthetically, or not guess, but if I had to pick, it would probably be our one asphalt pied. That has the patch that almost looks Het Monsoon on him, the digital camo patch. He's like the perfect portion pied. The oranges are just super, super deep. The blacks are super deep. Just gorgeous animal. Love it. Oh, wow. There's so many comments. What's funny is my bathroom's actually huge.
We could make that work.
Probably. You know what we do? You know the thing that's like behind my toilet? We just like put a poster up with like your name on that, just so you can't tell you're in the bathroom. It's perfect. It's great.
Put something on the toilet so like it don't look like I'm sitting on a toilet.
Yeah, exactly. You're good. Okay, I missed. Oh, here we go. How many snakes are you up to since joining Mutation Creation?
So I counted how many I have for the first time in a really long time. And I couldn't believe that I got up to 50. I think when I started, I had like 12 maybe.
I know I'm ignoring you. I'm kidding. My phone's been going off like crazy, so if one of those texts were from Tom, I apologize. Give me 1 second. There we go. That was what I was trying to post up.
I do. I'm still learning. So something new I've been doing at MC is I'll ID the hatchlings before anyone else does, and then I'll get them to ID it and compare. And if I miss something or thought something else was in it, I'll ask why and learn that way. But even for my own hatchlings, I'll send them to Chris or Tyler and get a second opinion.
That's a good answer. No, there's never going to be a time when you don't question it. I'm sure Kat's seen it 1,000 times too. Billy, when stuff first comes out of the egg, like, here's the problem. To say that you have trouble identifying. Are you dying?
Yeah.
Are you dying?
Yeah.
You good? Okay. To say you have trouble identifying hatchling ball pythons isn't to say that you're not good at identifying ball pythons. We're at a point now where there are so many factors involved, and there's so many genes involved in some of these clutches, and even genes that aren't like multi-gene clutches, like the combinations. We're seeing reactions that we've never seen before. We're seeing hats put into combos that we've never seen before. And you know what? Sometimes people don't realize this. Sometimes hats affect certain combinations differently than a different het would. For example, a fire yellow belly het pied is going to look a lot different than a fire yellow belly het G stripe. So yes, you're always going to have some level of trouble. Unfortunately, I wish that I could get to the point where stuff comes out of the egg and I'm like, fuck yeah, I know what all of this is. But I'm still looking at my fucking ping clown clutch and going, I think that's what I have here. I finally landed on that crazy almost white one. I'm pretty sure that's a pewter pin yellow belly spot nose clown, which is fucking badass. But yeah, you're always going to have trouble with it. There's never going to come a time when you're just 100% sure of all of your IDs right off the hop. So that's not something you have to worry about. Just make connections. Find some people whose second opinion you trust, and just have them there to bounce ideas off of.
And I would say always get a second opinion.
Oh, yeah. Or a third opinion, or a fourth opinion, or a fifth opinion, because I've had 5 different people tell me 5 different things about the same thing. So.
But also, when I look at my own animals, I'll second guess. But if somebody can show me their animal, and I'll be like, it's this, this, and this.
But you will second guess if you have that exact same animal, you'd second guess it like 10 times over. Yep. Same. I do the exact same. And then you get the inconvenience of having that one animal that you're pretty sure is something, but looks just off enough that it like makes you question everything you know.
Mm-hmm.
So just my opinion, guys, if you don't want to go fucking insane your first season IDing a lot of snakes, don't put leopard and lesser together, because the variation goes from like slight to nuts, and you lose your shit.
There's a lot of genes that are very variable.
Oh yeah, and when I say leopard lesser, there's so many more that can do the same, right? So, Aurora Exotics. If you could magically make a ball python with a well-known manufactured pattern, what would you choose?
You go first. Because I don't know.
Well-known.
Just because we're Canadian, I'm going to say plaid. Like a plaid ball python. I think it'd be hilarious.
My logical brain is hitting all these roadblocks here, because like, what color of what plaid?
It doesn't.
What, red and black? Like
it could be plaid? Any color. She's just talking about pattern.
No, I understand, but my first I wouldn't care if it was like a brown and black plaid. I wouldn't much care for it. It'd be like,
but that's the fun of it. Like, you get to change the color with using different morphs with it.
But then okay, that's fair. So like, you could get the pattern in
different colors, and then you could add other genes to change that pattern further. Think about it.
I'm going with Paul, actually.
I don't even know what that is.
I'll show you.
I'm trying not to die again.
Oops. This is super fun. I am so sorry, guys. I'm trying to look up Argyle.
Sorry if I'm the only one who doesn't know this.
It's like every rich person's vest ever. Oh, it's not going to show up. No, it's not showing up. Hold on.
I kind of got it.
Kind of. You can kind of see it. Anyway, yes, that's what I would go for. What is happening? I guess people are really excited.
No, I gave my brother the link because he's like, I want to watch, and I bet that's him.
That's really funny.
You can ignore it or block him. I don't care.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let him keep going. Why would I block him?
You think he's like a lovely stand-up guy. Recognize him.
What's that?
You think he'd change his name so it wouldn't be recognizable?
I mean, I'm making you take credit for this, though.
That's not him.
But I got to put it on the screen, so it was totally worth it.
Was it?
Yes. Oh, see? I kind of figured that's actually who it was, so that works out great. Okay, Pete. I don't know where you're going with these questions. But they're amazing.
I don't get it.
I would deep fry craft dinner all day long. I don't know what that has to do with the Medusa helmet or snakes or, but yes, absolutely. That sounds amazing. I think I've actually had deep fried craft dinner balls before, and I'm pretty sure they were great. Maybe just a couple more ball python related questions, though. That's maybe the direction I kind of want to push this, but
he can make a craft dinner snake.
And then deep fry it?
If you have a pot big enough. Or like a fryer big enough.
Just use a really big air fryer?
I think it'd be easier to find a big pot than a big air fryer.
Do you know how pots work?
Yeah. You have a pot and you fill it with oil. You put them over a fire.
So you think you'd be more likely to find a massive pot
than a massive deep fryer?
An air fryer, not a deep fryer.
An air fryer, same thing. Like, not same thing, but yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna move on.
Complex.
What's your favorite complex and why?
Oof. We were just talking about complexes.
I really like god complexes. I find them really interesting. The people are kind of hard to deal with, but like never boring.
I wish this was real.
Oh my god, that's great.
Woo. Chad.
Too bright. There we go. Okay, so
people don't work with mimosa because it's champagne.
Yeah, so champagne is people are touchy about it. I like it
too.
What's that?
It's two genes people don't really work with that much. Like, not a lot of people are into ghost right now either.
I feel like hypo is coming back though. I feel like it's taking a little bit longer. I feel like DG really sucked the wind out of its sails in terms of coming back. Because DG just like sucked everybody in for a while there. But I do genuinely believe that the next recessive gene that has a big resurgence is hypo.
I think hypo is really nice, honestly.
Yeah, and you know what? Mimosas actually, like, when they hatch, they look amazing. When they age, they still look really, really good. Like, the actual combination itself is a really, really nice combo, especially if you already like working with champagne. Yeah, mimosas are beautiful. You don't get those colors on any other combination. So, like, absolutely, it's a nice animal. But yeah, unfortunately, the problem is you're asking why people aren't working with it. A lot of people steered away from Ghost for a while, and a lot of people started steering away from Champagne for a while. And unfortunately, I don't think the market was there enough to support people just making mimosas. Of course. Of course. Go. But so sorry, I got very distracted there. I think most of the mimosas that you see now are the byproduct of people aiming for other things. You know what I mean? I don't think many people are out there just aiming to make hypo champagnes anymore, anyway. The other thing is, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, a hypo champagne was amazing. People just, unfortunately, and I don't mean you should or whatever, people sometimes just move past the simpler combos because they were done to death for a while and they want to see something different. Mimosas were all over the place 5 years ago. Hypo champagne stuff was all over the place. Yeah.
Jason did make some really nice ones, actually.
Absolutely he did. And that's what I mean. Like, Jason wasn't just aiming to make mimosas, right? Like, his animals were beautiful. Like, those things were fantastic. There's definitely more people working with hypo than champagne. I would agree with that.
Yep.
But I also think that a lot of people working with hypo are working with it because they have to, or because
they had it
involved in some exactly, and not because they want to. Whereas the people that have champagne have to be very particular with what they're doing with it. So those are the people that actually like it. If that makes sense. I've missed. There we go. This is what I was looking for. From Mr. Chad. Best ball python produced this year.
There's so many good ones.
There really is.
I do the pick of the week every week, and honestly, it makes it so much harder. I forget what I pick half the time. Because there's always something new.
I'm waiting.
Oh, fuck. I hate that.
Oh, I'm putting you on the spot. No, I'm only doing that because I actually can't pick one myself right now. That said, though, Justin posted a Coral Glow. Jesus Christ. Banana. He posted a banana stranger het clown today, and it's a super high expression stranger too. And I literally said to somebody, I can't remember who I was talking to, that it was one of my favorite snakes I've seen this year. So I'm going to go with that.
Really nice.
Because it's incredible. Like, it just looks amazing. So that's what I'm picking. The most recent cool one I've seen. I'm lazy.
I can't pick one off the top of my head.
Oh, that's a good question. Following up after the mimosa comment, what is the most popular morph right now in your opinion?
I think DG is still the biggest one. Like, everybody's looking for it. Everybody wants it. I haven't met somebody who hasn't said, hey, I don't want DG.
Michaela.
She hasn't said that to me.
I've fought with her about that. Yeah, you know what? In terms of popularity, I'd say DG is still riding probably the height of its resurgence right now. I do see it leveling off fairly soon, but it's never going to drop again. I don't want people to, when I say it's going to level out, I don't want people to think I'm saying the price is coming down.
It's just going to kind of plateau.
There probably will a little bit, because there's going to be a lot of people trying to get into it. And then once it plateaus, there's going to be a ton of people making it because they try to ride the wave. So the price will come down a bit from where it's at right now, but not significantly. Like, if it's any more than a 5 to 10% decrease, I'd be amazed. The reason why it got so popular is because people are seeing the amazing things it can do, and they want to do those amazing things. You're not going to be seeing a lot of simple, shitty combos coming out because everybody's going to be wanting to do the new next best thing with TG. That only helps the hobby, but it's definitely the most popular. I see a lot of love for Ultramel
and Clown.
What's that?
Clown too.
Clown's one of those things. I feel like, I don't know if Clown's gained any popularity, but it's never lost it. Clown's always been a big one for ball python. Same with Pieds. Like, regardless of your opinion on Pieds will always have a place. Like, I remember going back about 5-6 years ago, you could go pick up a female Pied for like $200. All of a sudden, like, I can't. I couldn't find a pied female for $200 if I looked for a year now. You know what I mean? Like somebody getting out of the hobby that needed cash today wouldn't sell a pied female for $200. So, you know what? It's tough to say. Like there's the ones that have always been popular, but then there's DG that was popular way back in the day, lost a ton of momentum, and then all of a sudden came back. So it's almost as if DG seems more popular than it actually is because it wasn't talked about for so long, if that makes sense. And now it's kind of just at the place where it should have been anyway. Meh. Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you. Jason said hella heat. It's called the Canova tax. That's what I was laughing at. See, you're laughing too.
Okay, that was really good. I can't give my thoughts on something that doesn't exist.
I know nothing about it, so I can't give an opinion.
No, I know it exists. It's just red ringer. Just meh. It's like, oh, hey, this snake is kind of wacky. Here, let's make it a little bit more wacky. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. You're laughing because it's right. I never said that wasn't why. Okay, so I shaved like 90% of my beard off, and I don't think I like it on camera. Ugh. Okay, this is a good point, and I would actually agree with this. I'd say clown 100% is the most popular in terms of how many are out there and how many people are working with it actively. So that's a good counterpoint. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, I said DG because a lot of people are trying to get it if they don't have it.
You know what?
If they have it, they want more.
In terms of popularity, in terms of like what people are talking about and looking to buy and like actively working towards, I'd say you're right. Like I would still answer DG. But popular in terms of volume in the market, I think clown is the answer. I think it just depends on how you answer the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like... even if people work DG as hard as possible for the next 10 years, I don't think you're going to get as many in the market, not on the market, not available. I mean, like in people's collections that they're working with, kind of, you know what I mean? I think, even, the next 10 years, people could go nonstop working, trying to make visual and hats and all that kind of stuff in the DG projects and still not touch the number of clown and het clown animals that are out there that people are actively using and working with. So, good points on both sides. And this is another good point, though. Regardless of how much clown is out there, it remains popular.
Because all the other new or re-brought up recessives are making clowns so much better.
What's the P word?
Pussy.
I don't know either. Okay, there's some comments in here that I'm not touching. You guys are more than free to talk about that. Whoa. We're talking about popular, Randy. Popular. Come on, man. Popular. Popular and puzzle are very different words. In many regards. Pied is up there too. That's what I was trying to say before, though. Between clown and pied, like the amount of those animals that are out there in the active hobby, like it's going to be hard for another recessive gene to actually take that over. Definitely not puzzle, though. This is a good question for you, though, Catherine. I haven't looked at much of it, but I have seen some of it. What do you think of redhead?
No, I don't watch Justin's videos like at all. So I can't. I have no opinion. Just because I'm so uninformed.
Unfortunately, personally, I kind of tuned out any of the head morphs after Blackhead. Like, new name, guys. Come on. Like, I can't have any more whatever heads. Like,
do you know what it is actually though?
No. And until somebody makes the hammerhead, I'm not gonna give a fuck. Like, hammerhead sounds cool. The rest of them, I don't need new names on. No. Inventive. Come on, something. But I have seen a lot of people talk it up. That's one thing I will say. I've not seen anybody say anything negative about it. Redhead is what I'm talking about. So that's definitely something. I'm trying to be very wary of all the new stuff coming out. Justin put a video about, I think it's got to be more than a year ago now, about the Peach stuff. Do you remember that?
I know nothing about Peach either.
A bunch of people bought into it right away. Haven't heard anything since.
What does it look like?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't care enough to look into it.
Okay.
But that's my point, though, right? I don't I don't go full force into a gene because a video comes out because one person said something, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, cool guy. Like, Justin makes amazing shit. We've bought from Justin. Justin makes incredible animals. Like, nobody's gonna pretend he doesn't. But my shitty ADHD brain cannot go down every ball python hole that somebody presents to me because I'm already too fucking broke. Okay? So I can't go because I don't have the money. So I can't allow myself to go too deep. What my new way of doing business is I wait way too long to get into a gene, and then I buy some of it and go, I make a post on Instagram and go, finally. And that's my justification to myself.
That's what we're doing with lace.
Perfect. See?
It's going to be a team effort. You good?
Yep. Yep, I'm good.
I think it.
I'm so happy Jason's here. Woo. Okay, so this comment is actually really funny because I've been saying this for a couple years now. I think the Cryptic puzzle is going to be the first puzzle that makes me go, what the fuck? Like, I fully believe that the Cryptic puzzle might be the first puzzle that makes me decide I need puzzle. And this is coming from somebody that sold off an entire Desert Ghost Posset puzzle project. I'm personally excited to see it. I don't care. I'll shit on puzzle all I want, but I will be happy to admit that I'm fully expecting this puzzle to be the one that changes my mind. Yeah. These comments, though, like, for somebody that doesn't know this is a ball python show, right? Like, just
Aurora.
Between the audio that you could cut out from what I've said and then these comments, like, somebody could bury me. If you wanted to publicly bury me, this is the show to use to take the audio clips from to do that.
You should do like a recap at the end of, like, I guess today's the last day of the year, but do a recap video of and just take a bunch of stuff out of context. Just make a video of it.
I could do like a 2021 post But do you have any idea how long that would take to go through all of these? It would take so long.
You can do it.
No, I don't care enough to do that. What I should be doing, if I was smart, was anytime there's something that goes on live, I should be like making notes, like 22:05, an hour 30. But I don't do that because
you can do that for next year.
No, I won't ever. That is way too much work.
I think that just shows you how we suck and we have nothing better to do.
What do you mean?
The last comment.
Whoa. Which one?
Props for doing this on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a props, or more so just like a why. And we're very happy for that, Jason. Thank you. I've yet to spit a drink out on this show. So the person that makes me do that, I'll send them stickers or something, I guess. Like
they can get the free thing in the raffle.
I mean, if they can do it before the end of this show, sure. But I just meant for like perpetuity, like going onward from now. If anybody can make me spit my drink out, you get a free sticker pack. Just send me your address after that. You win. That's it. Because like I'll be super pissed, but also super impressed because I'll have to clean my laptop and it'll be a whole thing. Happy New Year's to you as well. Thanks, guys. And poopituity. Yeah, I know I said that. It was great. It was so funny. Oh, this is actually this is kind of cool. So when we were up at Michelle's, did they ever show you the Weirdo pies that they got from Aussie?
Is their Weirdo different than
yes.
Weirdo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No,
yeah,
I don't
Aussie's
think so.
is a whole different thing. So Aussie's Weirdo it's strange because like it kind of looks Het Monsoon, but then kind of looks something else. Like I don't know. But yeah, Michelle and Paul have I think a 1.2 combo pies from Aussie that are all this Weirdo, and I'm really excited for them to breed them because I think there's something really cool there. I don't know why Aussie sold them. Like they're really wild. We should go up there again soon.
Yeah, can we? I need to get
when you can drive
out of the city. When I can drive? Why can't I drive?
I thought you said you can drive. No, oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you couldn't drive right now. I don't know why.
PTSD?
Maybe up to Michelle's and Paul's, maybe. Oh my God. Okay, so I know this is all very like in talk. I apologize, guys. So basically, back in the early summer, myself
June 16th.
It wasn't the 16th.
13th?
My birthday was the 17th, and it was the weekend before that.
13th.
I think so. So yeah, basically, back early summer, I was just starting to go through all my personal stuff. So myself, Nick, and Catherine decided to make a trip up to. These comments are fucking gold. I don't know what I was expecting, like egging them on, but they've been so good. But it's like distracting. They're so good. So anyway, yes. Catherine had never been to Michelle and Paul's. And,
I had been once, actually.
But you had never like
stayed, no.
Been there to hang out is what I meant. Like you went up to pick up an animal, right?
Yeah.
So Nick and I had to go up to Michelle and Paul's Mornex ball pythons. They've been on the show before. If you guys aren't aware of who they are, either go back and watch the episodes or go find them on Instagram. They have some of the most amazing stuff for low-key breeders you'll ever see. And I'm not even playing them up. Like, we buy most of our shit from them. But anyway, yeah, having a bad time. My birthday was, I think, like the middle of the following week. And yeah, we decided to just go up for the weekend. Or was it just Saturday and then we all left early Sunday?
I was only going to come up for a day, and then you guys convinced me to stay up the whole weekend. So we went up Friday, and we came back Sunday.
I think you're right, actually, now that I think about it. I can't remember. I've been up there a bunch. But yeah, unfortunately, it was a phenomenal weekend. They surprised me with cake, which was awesome. But Catherine here had an unfortunate
I begged Chris
vehicle
to not
occurrence.
Let me drive, and then on the way back, I followed them up, and on the way back, they had to go pick up a rack, so I wasn't following them, and I got rear-ended, and I called. Well, Chris was driving, so I called Nick, and I was freaking out. I was like, "Where are you? How far are you?" Yeah.
So yeah, basically we're like right off the highway, and I'm like doing circles, waiting to hear if we have to turn around and go like find where Catherine is. Yeah, that sucked. Like, I felt so bad for that.
I think the worst part is that in Billy's videos, you could tell something was wrong with me, and people were making comments about it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, people are like, "Why does Catherine always look so miserable?" Really shitty things.
Holy fuck!
So this is kind of, here we go. This is deep, and it really fucked with me because I was in a ton of pain. I couldn't hold my head up for months, and like seeing those comments on the videos. That's why I'm not, because I don't want to be.
Did you only cut out for me, or did you cut out for everybody?
You cut out for me, so it's probably my internet.
Hopefully everybody else heard you. Okay, let's go back to ball pythons for a little bit. Biggest pickup and best holdback.
For me?
Yes. No, for me. I'm asking myself a question.
No, he didn't ask you. Or like he didn't. Never mind.
But I asked you.
My biggest pickup. 2021 was the year of pickups for me.
Oh, you did cut out about the end of your.
It's okay. We can just pretend it never happened.
Okay, well, it was a bad time. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. Don't make stupid comments on videos if you don't know what's happening.
Anyway.
Biggest pickup. Fuck. Honestly, that Cypress Ultramel male, I think, is going to be the heat that I need. But I also got a bunch of hatchling females to go with that project. The best thing I made this year? I'm going to die again. I'm sorry. I made a Pastavi yellow belly or asphalt female from a male maker. So I was kind of really proud of that. It was a Pastavi banana, sorry. If I didn't say the banana part.
I was going to say, like, wait, what?
No, it was a Pastavi banana.
Gotcha.
And I made a super edgy leopard head clown that I was super excited about until I realized it was a male.
That sucks. Those are beautiful animals. It's funny that you say that because we made what I believe to be a super ODE YB Enchi banana hepide that should have been a male. And when I first popped it, I don't know if I just didn't do my due diligence or I was being very optimistic. but I popped it and I didn't see hemipenes, and I thought we like beat the odds, and I fucking lost it. Like I lost my mind. I was so happy, and then I sexed it like 2 weeks later and crushed my own dreams.
Yeah, that would have been worse.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. What was it? Biggest pickup and best holdback. Okay. Best holdback. That's tough. I think that has to be, especially if the dad proves out at VPI. It's either got to be the Cine Spot Nose Yellow Belly Pinstripe Clown or the pastel version of the same thing. Or one of the Pied Hat DG females. I'm like 99% certain that one of them's leopard. Fuck. That just reminded me. We also made a leopard yellow belly Het DG Posset Pied that looks visual DG. So that she might be in there too. I can't pick. One of those three. 4? Fuck. So those are 4 tied for my best holdback. Biggest pickup. Oh my god. Okay, so when we bought him, I was super excited for our Ultramel Hypopide male. But then we didn't get him for like 18 months after we bought him. So I kind of lost excitement there. But now he's at Billy's and he's breeding, which is really nice. But it kind of lost my excitement on that one. In terms of like overall excitement and just, you know, payoff and all that kind of stuff, probably the Orange Dream Yellow Belly Leopard Pied Het Clown from Miguel. I really like that animal. Or the Leopard Special Double Het Monsoon Pied female.
Okay, just make a fucking list at this point.
I'm trying. Yeah, there's been some good ones. Either way.
It was a good year for pickups.
Okay, Paul's asking, dream snake that you can make in 3 years.
I don't know what males I'll have in 3 years.
Based on right now and best possible holdbacks. Okay, all right. I'll answer first. You can think on it.
Because I have so many animals.
If things go really well, in 3 years, we could be making Super OD, Super Enchi, Super Leopard, Super OD, Super Enchi, Super Leopard, Yellow Belly Clown Pieds. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Or, in 3 years, I could be making Spot Nose, Freeway VPI Xanthic Clowns. If things go perfectly. There's lots of really cool things. I just can't think of them all. It's too much. What's on your cup thing?
LRP.
Oh, Lane. He's been on the show before. That's awesome. Where's the cup from?
I don't know. He gave it to me.
You don't know who made it?
No.
I don't know if Melissa's still here. Melissa, was that one of yours?
No, I don't have anything from Melissa.
It looks like one of hers. Who knows?
It could be.
She was in the chat earlier, too.
There's no thing on it.
Mine didn't have anything. No, like, brand her on it either.
But basically, if I make double hets this year and I can get the appropriate males in the next couple of years,
there's your answer.
I could have ultra clowns, ultra enhancers with multiple genes, like codoms.
Oh, no, I just realized too. I could also make leopard hypo yellow belly DG pieds potentially if everything goes really, really, really well.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to go after that because that's a long. It's like 2 animals that I have, and it's such long shots. I don't know if it's better directed elsewhere. Does that make sense? So who knows?
But it's possible.
It's definitely a possibility. I don't know if that would be the dream snake though. The dream snake would probably be like an ODYB leopard hypoclampide. But I would have to find the perfect male to make that. I do have 2 girls growing up to help them. 3. I have 3 girls growing up that can make that. But 2 of them have spider. Oh, there you go. This is a question. And you know what? We've been going an hour and a half, and it's New Year's Eve. So if there's somewhere you need to be, let me know.
I'm literally sick at home. I can't leave my house.
What do you think of Rainbow?
From what I've seen, the very little bit I've seen of it, I think it's nice. But I don't know anything about it.
It's definitely a cool gene. It definitely needs more. It needs like a hype person behind it. It needs somebody that's really working with it to really show it off. Because the limited amount I've seen have been bits and pieces everywhere, if that makes sense. It needs somebody to work with it and to work with it hard and to show it off and to show what it can do to really, really get people behind it. Because I think right now most people don't think much of it just because they haven't either they haven't seen anything of it or they haven't seen much of it. Yep. So, I definitely think Rainbow has a ton of potential. I know there's some up here, but I haven't seen enough of it to make a full-on judgment.
Okay. When's the best? I like that question. Best time to buy ball pythons?
I think that question meant proven breeders. Hold on.
Best times to buy proven breeders when you can find them,
or both. Okay, so your best time to buy a proven breeder
is after they lay
at the end of the season. Now, it's funny because most people find that counterintuitive. They think, "Oh, I'm buying a proven breeder, but it just laid. It's going to be the longest period of time that I have until that snake lays again."
6 months.
But it's probably the only chance you'll have to get that animal. Because if you leave that animal in the hands of the breeder for more than a month or 2, they're that much closer to breeding again. And why the fuck would they sell it at that point?
Some breeders will sell them right before they lay too.
Mm-hmm.
But after a female lays, it takes about 6 months for them to start developing follicles again, which means wait 6 months or buy a hatchling and wait 2 years.
2 to 5, 6 years, depending. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like I've seen females not lay for 10 years. Like here, there's no guarantee when you buy a female, unfortunately, but it's true. Mm-hmm. But either or. So when's the best time to buy ball pythons in general, Catherine?
It's kind of like when you know what you want and you find what you're looking for, just jump on it.
Today. Go.
Yeah.
If you know what you want, if something comes up, find the money. Honestly, that sounds like such a bad piece of advice. But if you find what you've been looking for, you find something that's going to work, find the money. Because chances are if you don't find the money when you find that, you're going to end up having to settle on something that doesn't work for your projects as well. It's happened to me 100 times. I've jumped over. It happened to me with fucking Jason. Like I was going to buy his GHI clown, female, that he hatched last year. I sat on it. I waited. Didn't really have the cash. Had to go hum and haw over it. Why the fuck
did you sit on that?
Because I didn't have the money. And then fucking Chris Sexton buys it. And now he's in the Discord and he shows her off all the time. I just feel like a fucking idiot.
You're a fucking idiot.
I get it. Okay. Listen. But yeah, no, don't sit on it. Like if you find something you like, find the money. It's worth it, I promise.
And always be looking.
This is actually really funny because I actually had this conversation earlier today, but I want to know your take on it. So, hatchlings and wait or focus on proven breeders?
I say that you should get your hatchlings and grow them up, and then if proven breeders come along that fit your project, get them. But proven breeders may be hard for you to get on food.
So here's a couple things that I'm always wary of with proven breeders. One, why is this animal being sold? Especially if it's a valuable proven breeder. And when I say valuable, I don't mean, oh, this animal's worth $5,000. It could be a het pied. Het pieds can still make you a shit ton of money if you have the right fucking male. They can make you a shit ton of money or a shit ton of really awesome holdbacks. Oh, these fucking. This is a contender for a comment. I mean, I really like that. It's great. Why is the animal for sale? Yeah, especially if the animal has any value. If it's a multiple gene combo animal or it's het for anything, that animal has value. That animal has more value depending on the male you have, but it has value, right? So, let's say a pied het hypo. A pied het hypo right now would have a ton of value to someone like me, who has an ultra male hypopied visual male, than to somebody that has one, let's say, Enchi double het hypopied male, right? I'd go for a pied het hypo breeder all day long. But that's only because I know what that can give back to me. Now, if that animal wasn't presented to me and I was looking for an animal for my projects, would I buy or would I go out looking for just a pied het hypo? Probably not. I'd either go looking for a combo double het like ultra pied or double het hypo ultra. Chances of finding the triple het is very, very slim, but I would likely go looking for something else versus that animal. However, if that animal became available and I had a way to verify what it was, I would buy it because it's much more valuable to me in my collection than out of it.
So the moral of the story is
be careful. No. The moral of the story is basically just know what you need, know what you want, know what you're looking for, and if
ask the right
breeder,
questions.
What's that?
Ask the right questions.
Exactly. Absolutely. You have to know what that animal is, where it came from, why they're selling it, how many eggs it lays. Like, I can find the perfect animal for my projects and find out it only lays 3 eggs each year, and I'll probably pass on it.
Also, people will lie about it, so try looking for photos that they've posted of those animals on eggs, or ask them for pictures with those animals on eggs.
And that's the other thing. A lot of times people lie. Just ask for photo proof.
And document everything on the other end of that.
Like, if somebody asks me if I can prove that a proven breeder is het pied, and I've bred the animal and done every step of the process, I'll show them the breeding pictures. I'll show them the picture of the animal on eggs, the eggs in the incubator. I'll probably send them the video of me cutting the eggs, where I, in the video, would explain the pairing and the amount of eggs and such would match the pictures that came before that. And then any follow-up pictures, right? It's tough, though. There's a lot of shitty people out there that will lie about basically anything to sell a snake. I've had somebody sell me, this is funny, I've had somebody sell me a pinstripe, fire pinstripe yellow belly, proven breeder female, and this is when I first got back into the hobby. Guess what wasn't even a female? I was told that it had laid not long ago, and it was small when it laid, so it was like 1,250 grams when I got it, and it was big, and I tried to pop it. And, you know, even people that are really good at sexing snakes, sometimes it doesn't work all that well on adult males. And I was just getting back into it, so I was definitely rusty. And yeah, definitely not a proven breeder female. Now that's an extreme, but still, you don't want that shit to happen. Like, don't go buying a fucking het hypo from Kijiji or Craigslist. Because
Unless
chances
you know
are,
who it is, because we both sell on Kijiji.
okay, I just meant like don't go randomly looking for animals. That's what I was kind of referring to. Anyway, I feel like I'm just going to keep talking in circles and making myself sound stupid. So, Dylan already knows the answer to this.
I think he's asking on purpose.
I know.
He wants to start a riot.
Either of you working with G-stripe clowns, and if so, what do you really want to see in G-stripe clown?
Okay,
Catherine?
G-stripe clowns are nice, but I have no intention of working with G-stripe ever. Stay calm.
So,
you can do it.
this is way harder than I thought. So I broke my own promise to myself that I would never have a G-stripe. Earlier in 2021, we picked up an animal. Oh, Catherine's dying. Picked up an animal from a friend that couldn't keep their collection anymore. It was a double visual recessive female. And because it was coming from a friend, the price was not something we could pass up. So we have this pastel hypo G-stripe female. Well, I start looking online, I realize that there is not a single animal with like stranger in G-stripe on Morph Market. No hets, no nothing. And this is going back quite a few months now. There probably is by now. But I get this great genius idea to breed our stranger male to our pastel hypo G-stripe female to purposely make like stranger het hypo pos het clowns and ignore the G-stripe. Well, this animal just ovulated, and all of a sudden I found myself very excited at the prospect of making stranger hypo G-stripes. And I'm really annoyed at that. And the clown is going to be an added bonus because obviously it's going to be 50% het. But yeah, we're going to keep back at least one male from that project for the hypo clown project. So if I can prove out a male, I'll likely then breed that male back to any females we hold back from the project. And the chances of making a stranger G-stripe clown, I mean, I think that would be pretty wild because G-stripe clown on its own is already pretty crazy. It's not something I would go for normally, but I guess here we are. So, yeah. So here's the thing. This is really funny. I've sold probably 15 proven breeders this year, and I still have a couple that I wanted to sell that just never moved. But it's a never-ending cycle. Have you gotten to the point where you've had to sell any of your breeders yet?
I'm at the point where I'm thinking about selling some of my breeders, but I also just need to make more space. So at this point,
well, that's part of the problem. Making more space is one of the considerations of, having to sell your old females, unfortunately.
I have a single gene Mojave proven breeder female, and I don't want to get rid of her because I can still do something with it. But eventually, that's got to go. I sold one proven breeder this year. It was a lemon blast.
So I have a couple animals, proven breeder females, that were pets. One was a massive spider, and the other one's a really, really big fire female. And I thought I would never get rid of them, but, space restrictions and stuff like that. So I actually found a friend that was getting into breeding, and I just said, listen, this is an older female. She might go for you a couple more times, but probably no more than that. As long as you take her, keep her, and hold on to her, and don't sell her, you can have her. Like just take her, give me updates on her, all that kind of stuff. So I moved a couple of my animals I didn't expect to move to friends this year. But then the weird part was I tried to sell some proven breeder females this year, and I only sold one. Like other than the ones that I gave away. I put up I think like 8. And the only one I sold was a het lavender. I had like well, this one wasn't a proven breeder, but she was like 1,300 grams, a fire yellow belly het pied, 50% het lavender. Didn't sell. I put up a pastel leopard clown female. Didn't sell.
It's crazy.
Like, so now I just took them down and I'm gonna breed them. Fuck it. Like, you don't want it? All right, you'll buy the babies though. Sure. It's just weird. Like, it was a very weird year because I did really well for hatchlings in terms of sales. But then anything with size just. That's a good comment. So hella heat morphs. I can find tons of males with genes I want, but 0 females. So cheaper to make my own females than try and find some that we already. Yeah. So that's basically the way to go. Focus on making your own holdback females, and then buy the male for those females when the time is right. Right. It's gonna always be harder to find females for your projects because there's always going to be. What?
Well, focus on one thing at a time.
No, I can't. ADHD. Anyway, yes, females for your projects will always be more difficult to find. Will you get lucky at some time and find somebody that's, ditching a whole clutch or something like that? Possibly. But chances are it's always going to be easier to find males in the projects and then use those males to make the females you want. So just focus on doing that. And then if those females end up falling into your lap later on, it's just a bonus. So what is this? What is this?
You had a pastel what that you were trying to sell, proven breeder?
Pastel leopard clown.
Yeah, it's the pastel.
It's a Stella leopard clown female.
It's still pastel.
It doesn't matter.
I need to go take a washroom break.
What is this? Fucking amateur hour over here. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. It's almost 2 hours, so why don't we wrap this up? Because I'm going to order food. And then apparently there's a voice chat thing going on in the Discord, which, by the way, guys, anybody watching, if you're not part of the Discord, you can actually DM either of us because Catherine is one of our mods in the Discord, and you can get an invite link to said Discord. So,
and we're doing game night tomorrow.
That's true. We are. So that said, if we are ending this, that means we have to pick a comment and a question. Why are you laughing?
The last one.
That one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm hungry. I'm sorry that I need to eat. I'm sorry that sustenance is required for me to continue living. I did eat before the live. I'm fat, okay? God. You're not winning, that's for sure. Fucking Jesus.
It has to be something Jason said.
Jason did have a bunch of good ones. No, you know what? With the Canova comment, you know what? I think Jason wins best comment. What's the best question, though?
We should have had somebody write these down.
Even though you didn't. Oh, no, that was a question. Shit. Oh, no. Question is what we wanted, right? I think Dylan's comment that you never answered about, what was it? The biggest letdown in the hobby and then in life. And then you never
answered it.
You didn't answer the life one.
Yeah, I said go to therapy.
I don't know. I like that one.
I mean, that was pretty good. You have to read the text out loud now.
You don't want that.
Are you gonna send it to me?
We can talk about it after, but I'm not saying it on this fucking show.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, this was it. Sorry. So therapy was the biggest lesson?
You go to therapy.
Okay.
Wasn't there a second question? There was a question before that was similar.
From me.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, so apparently I have to let you go to the washroom if you need to go to the washroom, so.
I'm good. I don't have a man bladder.
Okay, well, I guess you can go. I'm going to keep trying to decipher.
More like you're more
Okay.
hungry.
What's that?
I think you're just hungry.
Go to the washroom. We'll figure this out in a second. All right, guys, if anybody, just go to the washroom. I'm not just going to end it while you're gone. Just go. If anybody had a particular comment that they saw tonight that they really liked, feel free to throw it in the chat. I'm sure whoever was behind the mastermind behind the comment will come forward. This is a lot harder than I expected because I figured something to really jump out, but the whole fucking night was gold. Yeah. And you know what, Tom? That's not cool, man. Like, come on. This is like PG or some shit. This is YouTube. You can't be saying that. It's gross. So we have a Reptile Ward Discord server. It's awesome. We have some absolutely amazing people. Dylan basically owns the voice chat, but that's okay. I mean, we kind of let him have it. But yeah, no, it's a great place to hang out, ask questions, just chill, shoot the shit. We have a lot of amazing people in there. We have people of every level of breeder and keeper, between ball pythons and anything else you can think of. Doesn't cost you a cent. You can just come hang out. That's what it's there for. Listen, Jason. Listen. That's pretty funny. Listen. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Just send us a DM on Instagram. We can get you the link set up. I picked up Peach because it's Catherine's favorite. This is Peach.
She just sits with you and cuddles for hours.
She really does. She's a sucky baby. She's not fighting this at all. Anyway, I did not get anywhere in picking a comment or a question. Sorry. So are we? So we're landing on Jason for the question or the comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. I think Pete was just on the ball tonight for questions. I feel like just one of his was just there. I'm going with Pete, I think. Yeah, you know what? We're at it. I mean, Jason's in the US, but he can deal with that. Yeah, we're going with fucking Jason, Morph Mixology, and Pete for Pete Snakes for fucking winners. That's fucking awesome. Okay, yeah, you know what?
No.
What?
Pete said no.
Okay, so now I'm going to give Pete 2. Jason still gets his, but the more that he... Oh, damn, this is going worse for him. The more that he argues, the more he's getting. I'll tell you what, Pete has 2 now. He can give one of his to Dylan if he wants.
There you go.
Let's see how this goes. I'm ending it right after this, so if anybody's still watching, you shouldn't be. You know what? I'll let them figure it out in Discord. Catherine, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
I apologize that I was somewhat illegible sometimes, but thank you anyway.
I didn't make sense either sometimes. It's fine.
No, you made plenty of sense. You can't give them all away. I'll fucking give you an extra one now. Don't make me. Anyway. thank you again, Catherine. This is fun. We should definitely do another one. I really do want to do one with you and a couple other of the people from Discord. I think that would be a lot of fun. And next week, the next Discord feature is happening. I know Dylan will be a part of it. I don't know who else is going to be. I think Dylan said he'd be a part of it. I'll have to confirm that. But either way, yeah, next week is the second ever Discord feature, Friday Night Live. Super stoked for that. And yeah, guys, if anybody has any questions about the Discord or wants to be part of it, just send us a DM on Instagram. You can message me. You can message Kat. You can message Pete. Pete's in a mod, even though he wants to be a dick about taking my generosity. And there's a few other people, but they're not here right now, so we don't have to. We don't don't have to go into that. Catherine, I hope you have a fantastic New Year's. Thank you very much.
I mean, we're gonna go play games and talk in Discord, so I'll see you soon.
Probably. I'm gonna do a little outro, and then we're done. So I'm gonna drop you off. If you want to leave, you can leave. If you don't, I can tell you what the. Actually, you know what? I'll just text it to you anyway. I was gonna say I can tell you what the text was, but
I'll just wait.
Okay, that's great. That's not gonna be terrible for my anxiety. Thanks. All right. All right. See you later. Talk soon. Guys, all right. So I've been very humbuggy about the whole New Year's thing all day. It just didn't feel like New Year's Eve to me. It's felt real, I don't know, just like every other day. And I don't know. I just haven't been really feeling it. But, being able to do this and interact with everybody and it's definitely helped me think about all the amazing things that I've had the fortune of being a part of and taking part in this year. You know what, guys? Just Happy New Year and thank you for tuning in. I know you could be doing anything else with your Friday nights, and you're hanging out with this stupid fucking face. So I genuinely can't thank you guys enough. Like I said, next week we will have the second ever Discord feature. If anybody's watching this that's part of the Discord and wants to be a part of it, message me. Each Discord feature will be 2 to 3 people from the Discord and myself. So please tune in. Could be some people you know, could be some people you've never heard of, could be anybody really. That's the whole fun of it. 2021 really just had to fucking sink that knife that little bit deeper, didn't it? Anyway, guys, Happy New Year's. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a fucking fantastic live. I had a ton of fun. And yeah, see you guys next Friday. And hope. Oh, just totally cut off my outro there. Message me on Instagram for the Discord link. Please, if anybody wants the Discord link, message me on Instagram. I'll get it to you. Thanks, guys. Happy New Year's. Hope everything fucking goes great and such. Terrible outro. It's terrible. I'm sorry.